A good day for every mlbb player because the update is here with lots of exciting changes and surprises. Alpha buff is finally here, and with that we have other upcoming news about the modification that will soon follow up in future updates. So let's get into the video. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will talk about the new changes made in the game on the patch note 1.7.82. As you guys know, this video has redeem codes, and I want to congratulate the winners of our previous video. Thank you for participating. And similarly, this video will have hidden codes too. Find it from the video and redeem it at Kazukiofficialstore.com, and your diamonds will be delivered instantly. First, we have the new hero Novaria. Skill 1. She will summon an astral sphere in the target direction, dealing continuous damage, and explode after 2 seconds, dealing extra damage and slowing enemies significantly. Skill 2. She will summon an astral sphere in the target direction and draws it to her while she gains movement speed and the ability to pass through terrain. When the astral sphere reaches her, she can fire it in the target direction, dealing magic damage that scales with travel distance. Ultimate. Novaria scatters astral echo in the target direction while slowing the enemy's hit and applying an astral ring on them. That increases their hitbox and reveals the surrounding area. Passive. The astral sphere summoned by Novaria will continuously slow nearby enemies while revealing their position and deal magic damage when they explode. And we also did some crazy experiments with this new hero with some unbelievable outcomes. Check it out from the tag link in the top right corner. Moving on to hero adjustment. At first we have Minotaur. Minotaur is getting buffed. His passive is getting adjusted. Now Minotaur will reduce hybrid defense when using control skills on enemy and increase hybrid defense of an ally when healing them. Skill 1 is adjusted. It now has a longer cooldown at 12 to 9.5 seconds. And the attack speed reduction is removed. The duration of enhanced basic attack and movement speed reduction on enemies is lowered by 1 second. Skill 2 now has a lower cooldown at 10 seconds in the early game and 7.5 seconds in the late game. His ultimate is revamped. The rage effect is removed, and now he can enter enraged status directly and start slowing and knocking up enemies. To balance this, they had to add an additional 10 seconds cooldown on his ultimate. If you are looking for 100% safe and secure diamonds, Kazuki Official Store is here to fulfill your need. We are trusted by more than 100k mlbb players from India, Philippines and Europe. Do visit our website and browse between various packs. Hylos is buffed. His base HP is reduced by 200. Skill 1 is revamped. He will now gain 50% movement speed upon casting the skill, which will decay over 3 seconds. During this duration, his basic attack is enhanced and can stun the first enemy hit for 1 second while knocking back slightly. The base damage of his skill 2 is reduced by 50 points in the late game. The slow effect of his ultimate is also revamped. It will now slow all enemies by 75% for 1 second and will continue to slow by 25% during his ultimate duration. Ben is buffed. The passive damage from total physical attack is now fixed at 100%, while he will deal extra damage based on 5 to 8% of the target's maximum HP. His skill 1 is adjusted. The bounce damage is increased by 50% in the late game, but it will no longer increase damage after eliminating a target. Skill 2 is also adjusted. The base HP recovery is now 200 at all levels, but the recovery based on lost HP is reduced by 1% but increases by 4% in the late game, and the HP recovery from total magic power is also reduced. Gatotkacha Kacha is buffed. The developers has slightly increased the range of his enhanced basic attack and also allow him to perform a short dash. Carmilla is buffed. The cooldown of her ultimate is increased by 12 seconds in the early game and by 4 seconds in the late game. but the immobilizing time is increased by 0.4 seconds and the slow effect while casting is also increased by 20%. Uranus is buffed. The base damage of his skill 1 is increased by 30 points in the early game and by 55 points in the late game. Terisla is adjusted. The slow effect of his skill 1 is reduced by 15%, but the duration is increased by 0.5 seconds. The developer has also improved the performance of his ultimate when casting near an obstacle. Joy is nerfed. The maximum movement speed boost from her passive is reduced by 40%. The base shield of her skill 2 is also reduced by 50 points in the early game. Her ultimate cooldown is also increased by 12 seconds in the early game and by 2 seconds in the late game. Kimi is nerfed. Her skill 1 base damage is reduced and the extra damage from total magic power and physical attack is also reduced. Kaja is nerfed. His passive damage reduction is reduced by 2% while the maximum stake is increased by 4 and the duration is also increased by 1 second. Glue is nerfed. His passive damage reduction per stake is reduced by 2%. Alpha. Alpha's companion Beta has been upgraded. Beta will now lock on to an enemy after hitting them twice. When Alpha attacks a target which have been locked by Beta, Beta will deal 80 points of damage which increase by 8 every level and will have 100% of Alpha's physical attack. His skill 1 is getting a buff. The time for Beta to attack has been reduced. The base damage is reduced by 100 points. The strafe damage is changed to 60 in earlier levels and 120 points of true damage at higher levels. Skill 2 is also getting adjusted. The strafe damage has been reduced to 60 to 120 points of true damage. Ultimate is getting buffed. The speed of Alpha's dash has been increased. The leap damage when Alpha charges is removed. The damage when Alpha lands has been increased by 50 points in the earlier levels and 100 points in the later stages with extra 100% physical attack. Valentina is adjusted, as Valentina ultimate is strong against some heroes and weak against some. Developers had to adjust her ultimate. She now has 1.2 times cooldown of the ultimates. She copies at level 1, 1.1 time cooldown at level 2 and 1 time cooldown at level 3 of her ultimate. And this cooldown can't go below 10 seconds. Sylvana is buffed. Her skill 2 is adjusted. The pull direction has been changed towards her lance rather than center. The pull effect is increased. Sylvana can use flicker with her ultimate to extend its range and launch surprise attack. Phoveus is buffed. The ultimate initial delay has been reduced to give him better chance at hitting enemies who used blink skills. Guinevere is buffed. The developers want Guinevere to be played more as a fighter, so they added 100 points of damage to her first skill. To balance this, 30% of magic power has been removed. The damage on her ultimate is increased to 880 in the early levels and 1320 points in the later stages of the game. To balance this, they had to decrease the magic power bonus to 385%. Arlott is nerfed. His skill 2 damage is nerfed at 135 points in the earlier levels and 335 in the later stages. The amount of HP restored is also reduced by 2% overall. Faramis is nerfed. His skill 1 is adjusted. The hybrid defense increase is decreased to 25 points in the early and 50 points in the late game. His ultimate is nerfed. The base HP he has, his Spectre stat, is decreased by 200 points and the cooldown is fixed at 80 seconds at all levels. Lapu Lapu is nerfed. The damage reduction per hit in his enhanced skill 2 is decreased by 5%. Farsa is nerfed. The cooldown on Farsa's special skill, where she transforms into a bird, is increased by 7 seconds. On the battlefield adjustments, we have the changes made to the gold lane. The jungle creeps gold is increased by 5%. And the gold lane siege minions gold increase will be reduced by 8%. After that, we have some additional changes made to the equipments. Golden Staff has been nerfed. The physical attack is lowered by 10 points. Vorex has been buffed. The physical attack has been increased by 5 points. And MM, Mage and Support will be able to get 50% of the effect attributes. The DHS has been nerfed. The HP based damage is reduced to 8% of the target's current HP. The Cursed Helmet has been nerfed. The damage to minions and creeps has been reduced by 70%, but this nerf is only for the early game. Molten Essence has been nerfed too. It also got the damage to minions and creeps reduced by 70%. The damage bonus is reduced to 0.6% of the target's maximum HP. Other adjustments were also made. The joystick control for all skills were optimized. The roaming blazing can now be cancelled for free in the first 30 seconds of the match. The display of the speed buff effect duration when leaving your spawn is optimized. This is now shown with the buff icon. Pakito's control has been improved. Now you will be able to use his skill repeatedly and target the enemies more accurately. Diggy will be able to grant shield to the allies that move into the range of his ultimate. The accidental cancellation of Balman's second skill when tapping his skill twice has been removed. The skill will now be cancelled only when you use other skills. The skill icons of Freya's second skill, third phase, has been optimized and made more distinct than the first two phases. Sun's ultimate invincibility period animation has also been optimized. Now when you use smooth graphic settings, you will not be able to see custom actions used by either teams. To improve the graphics quality and performance, the appearance of Faramis, Valentina, Melissa, Joy and Arlot has been optimized. On to upcoming skins now. The basic skin Dark Star of Novaria is currently available on the original server for only 51 diamonds. The updated Inferno Soul skin for Leo mode is now accessible in the Lucky Spin event. The next skin is Audit Sage of the Currents, which will go on sale on May 18th for 899 diamonds for the first 2 weeks with a whooping 50% discount. The Oracle of Soul of Luoi will be available on the 25th of May for 899 diamonds with a launch week discount of 30%. The featured Starlight skin for June will be Thamu's Sanctified Flame. From June 3rd onwards, Pakito Blazing Tiger will be accessible in the June Grand Collection event. On June 5th, Atlas Rune Sentinel will be accessible through MSC Pass. Karina Gemini Hello and Selena Gemini Shadow revamped design will be available on May 21. Next is the upcoming events. Power Crystal Shop is now accessible in the shop preparation section. You can swap your magic dust, hero fragments and premium skin fragments for power crystals, which you can then exchange for a variety of rewards. To learn more about this new item, view the tagged video in the top right corner. Shining Star Draw event is also available now, from where you can get various skin and Itzy collab quick chat on certain number of draws. Fragment shop update will be live on May 17th. We have also made a dedicated video on this, check it out from the tag link. MSC event will be available from June 5th onwards, from where you can get awesome rewards by purchasing MSC Pass. MSC support chest will be accessible starting June 5th, in which you can draw for 20 diamonds for a chance to get returning MSC skins and lot of MSC coins. Also, MSC guests will include Champions Guest time accessible from June 5th to June 10th. And MSC guest time from June 5th till June 17th. You can earn loads of MSC coins by participating in guests. So that was all for the changes in original server update. Did your hero got buff? Are you satisfied with the changes? Feel free to share your opinion in the comment section. And with that, here are the 5 shoutouts from our previous video. Jumli Hira, Margems, MR Short, Note and NPC, and Isaac Desnots. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.